What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a magic review on Sigil by Bazz at Black Cat Magic. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. If you haven't, please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. Also, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a video or a review. Don't forget to join the Chris Edwards Magic Secret Access group over on Facebook. Alright, so today we are looking at Sigil by Bazz over at Black Cat Magic. So what is Sigil? This is a set of 12 cards that allow you to divine your participant's star sign and their exact date of birth without any memory work. So what do you get? You will get the 12 cards, and we'll just touch on quality right off the hop here. These are all printed on plastic, so they are tear-proof, they are waterproof. They're going to last a long time, probably forever, but the quality is really good. They are printed well. Everything's super clear on them, which is about as much as anybody could ask for. Now, the way that these work, they are marked. The marking system is great, right? So unlike a marked deck of playing cards, where if somebody looks at the cards, depending on the type of markings and the deck that you're using, there might be a AS on there, or a C, or a 3H, right? However, on these, the symbols or the different symbols for the signs are on every card. So it doesn't matter, like if they look at the backs of these, they all look pretty much the same, right? They all have every symbol on there. There's nothing to distinguish that you're getting information from the back of this card. Now with the birthday divination, that is something that I don't know if the method is new. I've seen this method used before, but not in the extent of this. So you are able to divine your participants' exact date of birth, and there's really no fishing, no questions. They look at a couple things and you have the date, which is incredible, right? A lot of the time with star signs, and especially narrowing it down to the exact date, there's a procedure involved and often a lot of steps and memory work, where this completely eliminates that. Also on these, if you look at the back here, has the dates, and then it also has a descriptive word, right? So Capricorn, honest. What else do we got here? Sagittarius, passionate. Libra, peaceful. So what you can do is, as they're looking at these cards, you just ask them, there's a descriptive word on the bottom. Would you say that that is accurate in representation with you or your sign? That doesn't give you any information, but it gives them a reason to look at these cards. So just a close-up of the card. That is what the back design looks like. And then the front looks like that. So it's all very simple, which I think is perfect, because when you're working with somebody, the last thing that you want them to do is have to strain to look at something. So I like that everything's all clear. It's large. These have made a permanent place in my stealth. So this is the wallet that I use when I know I'm performing mentalism. I carry it on me with my everyday wallet, but these will always be in there now, because they are amazing. Tutorial. The tutorial isn't overly long. Bazz is going to go over the cards, the design, and how to get the most out of them. When it comes to memory work, the only thing you have to memorize is what symbols match up with what signs. So I know a lot of you are probably already familiar with that, and for those of you who aren't, Bazz has some mnemonics that help with that. Bazz has a great sense of humor. It's always a joy to watch the tutorials coming from Black Cat Magic, but Bazz states in the tutorial that his mnemonics aren't very good. Well, I've watched a number of different tutorials that give a number of pretty in-depth mnemonics, and I struggled to memorize things. Whereas with these, I remembered Bazz and his humor, and within just watching the tutorial once, I kind of tested myself and shuffled the cards up, went through them a number of times, and you know, every single time after watching the tutorial, I was able to look at the card and say exactly what it is. So this one is Cancer, right? Super easy. Next one's Leo. And yeah, there was really zero memory work, if I'm being honest. Like, you do have to memorize that, but it took no time. I didn't put any time into memorizing, which was awesome. Now, if you want to divine the birth date, there is it's a little extra step. So you'll get the date itself immediately, but you do have to know what months fall into each specific star sign, which again, that one took me a bit, not long, maybe a day or two after just kind of going through the cards. But for just the star sign, honestly, it took me no time at all. So after Bazz goes over how these work and the different features that they hold, that's pretty much it, right? You're kind of on your own to decide what you're going to do with them. So I was talking with Bazz, and he said, you know, I don't know if I should have included a routine or not. And I thought, with something like this, you know, he's already given you everything you need, right? You're going to divine the sign, you're going to divine the birth date. If you want to go further than that, you can memorize the words on the cards so that you can give them like a reading. And that was kind of the idea, was when he was wondering if he should include a routine, I thought, like, how do you even do that, right? You're already giving them everything that you can with these cards, right? And if they do a reading, that's going to be different for everybody. And I think, you know, when we start getting into a defined script when giving a reading, it just becomes monotone and not genuine. So even if you're not like the serious mystery performer where, you know, you're trying to come across as the real deal or anything like that, I still think it's important to kind of improvise how you do those things when it comes to readings anyway. Personally, I don't think that there should be a defined routine included, right? Because everybody's going to use these the way they want to, and you can do as little or as much as you want to. I think Bazz did the right thing. I think he did a good thing by just giving these to you, saying this is what they do, and, you know, you can decide what to do from there. Difficulty level. So these are, like I said, these are extremely easy to use. We got Pisces, we got I already said that one, Gemini, we have Taurus, right? They're so easy to read, and to get the birth date is also extremely easy. So as far as the difficulty goes, the hardest thing that you're going to have to do is memorize what months go with each sign. And you don't have to do that, but if you want to narrow it down so you can tell them the birth month and get their actual birth date, then you do got to memorize that. But if you just want to give them their sign and even the day they were born as far as the number, like the day of the month, then you can do that without any memory work. Angles, there really are no angle restrictions. There's nothing that they can't see. They're going to be handling the cards. Setup and reset, there's no setup or reset. These don't have to be in any specific order or stack. They can be shuffled and handled however. Can they be examined? Absolutely. I mean, they're handling these. Pocket space, 12 cards. They don't take up much, right? So, like I said, these just fit into my wallet, and they don't really add any bulkiness or thickness to the wallet. So yeah, the pocket space is good. Who will use this? Is this practical? Is it a worker? So this is obviously for the mentalist, but this can also be very much for the mystery performer, somebody who takes things a bit more serious. As far as this being practical and a worker, I think these are great because the markings are so easy to read. It just takes a quick glance and it's so easy to do. So you're really able to focus on your presentation. There's no fumbling with memory work. There's no fumbling trying to read the markings. And being that you can make this something quick if you want, if you just want to divine their star sign, or, you know, what I'm getting at is this doesn't have to be long and drawn out. If you are working an event where you're going group to group or table to table, you can very much use these and do something quick. Or if you want it to be lengthy, then you completely have that option too. So what's the price and is it worth your money? Right now, these are on sale at Black Cat Magic for £20. When they are off sale, they will go up to £25. Looking at the website right before filming this review, there were only about 10 sets left in stock. So I'm going to try to get this review out as soon as possible. Hopefully there's still stock, but if not, I know that these are going to be a hit, so I'm positive that Bazz will end up making a whole bunch more. And finally, pros and cons, positives and negatives. There are no negatives with this. They're plastic, they're easy to read, they're easy to use. I think the tutorial gives you everything that you need, and really, I'd be hard-pressed to find anything I didn't like about them. Like I said, they have a permanent space in my wallet with the other things that I perform when I'm doing mentalism, whether it's close-up or, I would incorporate these into a show too. Like, I think that these are the best version of doing what they do. They open the door to readings, and then being able to narrow it down to give them their exact birth date without any questions. That's incredible. So no negatives, tons of positives. Highly, highly recommend it. And with that, I think that kind of covers everything that I have. So I'll leave a link in the description below. Definitely check these out. And with that, we'll see you at the next review.